and welcome to ZTN Sports Daily, where you get the latest stories from the world of sport. My name is Shamin Chasweka and we have plenty coming your way. Coming up on the show, a Zimbabwe Test cricket captain Sean Williams explaining why he thinks Australia are the cricketer's worst nightmare. What influence did the Black brothers have on current tennis players? Sakanyi Garanga tells his story. Our reporter Lance Chihande gives us the trending and exciting stuff from around the world. And we give you an update on how the English teams that are trickling back into training ahead of the planned restart. Have you ever imagined which team is a cricketer's worst nightmare? Well, Zimbabwe Chevron's Test cricket, Sean Williams is very clear about that. Mgoe Chigada gives us a report.
Without much pressure since his appointment as Zimbabwe Test cricket captain. But the Chevron's all-rounder admits that real tough times come whenever he faces Australia.
Fast bowlers, good spinners, hard hitters of the ball, good fielders, just all-round good cricket and extremely aggressive when they do play the game. And obviously also Afghanistan has been a challenge for us as Zimbabwe, I feel. The likes of Mujib, Rashid, it's been a major challenge for us in the past and will be in the future playing against them.
Given a chance to pick a player he would love to play with, he goes for Adam Gilchrist.
He is an amazing cricketer. I think he's got the attitude that's needed for the game. The game's about hitting the ball and that's what he does. You know, having him come in at number 7 in Test matches and opening the batting in ODIs is an awesome thing for the team. And you know, he come in at number 7 and score a quick 100 in Test match changes the game in just the one session. So that's the guy that I would go with.
Sean's big moments are many, but he has one particular one that he never forgets.
Would be getting my ODI 100 and my Test 100 in Bulawayo, my home ground at Queen's Sports Club. My family was there, so yeah, that was special for me.
With uncertainty over the Afghanistan 5 ODIs initially set for June, it could be longer before the captain is back with the bat. But it is certain he will add more to his beautiful story. Mgoe Chigada for ZTN Sport in Harare.
Now, former Dynamo striker Kudako Ngwala is disappointed with the way COVID-19 has affected his plans. The striker was expected to complete his move to South Africa this June. And now with all the uncertainty, Ngwala says he is now waiting to see what happens next.
But COVID yatikangasa zhinji when it comes to football nozati no kuda vanhu vakawanda and kuti titange kutamba bhora zvakadaro zviti pamwe isusu tichatongova kupedzisira kuendawo kumabasa ende zvativhiringidza kuti June at least pamwe zvakaita sesu tachifanira takuendawo kusouth musaina and some of the players muna vamwe vanowana fitness ground vamwe vakwanisa kutraina vega machallenges here.
COVID-19, it's a very, very dangerous disease. So I'm encouraging you every day to sanitize and regularly wash your hands, maintain social distance, don't take it easy. Coronavirus is a very dangerous disease. COVID-19, it's very, very, very tricky. It is taking many lives per week according to the statistics. So let's practice hygienic to fight this pandemic. Coronavirus is very real. I hope I find you safe. I love you all. Let's be safe.
Thanks, Jermaine. Now it gets better and better as the weeks pass by because we all feel like the corona tide is slowly leaving. But still, it doesn't stop the Sports Daily team from keeping you all aware of what sports athletes and fans are up to in the sporting world. Now, in football, Matthias Pereira is becoming something of a regular in this column, but his latest entry could be his best. Working to keep fit from home, the Brazilian star is surely to be back in his prime condition, but that's not to say his finishing skills haven't been improving too. that skill. Do you see that? Give me a rugby ball. I'm telling you, a rugby ball is the only thing that can actually do that. That thing is just against gravity. You can kick it, bounces 3 times, and it comes back. But to do that with a ball is absolutely skillful. Now, continuing with a bit of more footballers doing their thing, Yannick Bolasie appeared to have been scouting some incredible, young, talented, skilled footballers on his Twitter yesterday. And yep, he's number 1 surely had some mad skills.
Camera position. Let's go. Oh my days. Street fighter. Who's this guy now? Oh my days. Yeah. Oh! Yeah. Where you from?
I'm from Ascot, near London.
Ascot. Yeah, man. You done your thing, man.
Yeah. You can see that satisfaction on Bolasie's face. Like, he actually is attracted to skill. You can see the way that boy was uppy keeping, doing his skill. We all know that Bolasie is in the English Premier League and he is very skillful, one of the most skillful players that Crystal Palace actually has. Now, moving to more skill, Western Province University assistant track and field coach and assistant career services coordinator, known on Twitter as @ZuvaB, who's a Zimbo, he's Zimbabwean, yeah, did that funny challenge we have been seeing of late doing rounds on social media. What cracks me up is not that he did it perfectly, but the commentary behind it.
Land, dab, fly, clap. Now fly, crawl to the front, crawl to the back, roll, basic. Funky chicken, backhand. Now punish your backhand, punish your backhand, punish your backhand, punish, dab.
Now punish your backhand, punish your dab, side, punish your back. Marvelous skill there from @ZuvaB. He has so many followers following that trend on social media on his Twitter handle. Well, that's for all the wacky sports news I've got for you today. Catch me up tomorrow.
Yeah, that was Lance with these wacky and exciting sports stories. Now in tennis, Takanyi Garanganga is one of the leading tennis players in Zimbabwe. Recently, he has been sidelined by a knee injury, and this week he revealed to ZTN that he was recovering well and was on patch to return to action. Now, have you ever wondered what the Black Brothers effect was on the current generation of the players? Takanyi tells you stories.
Well, I did not feel any pressure when I first got on the tour to emulate the Black Brothers or Kevin Elliott, because I never really got a chance to interact with them when they were still competing, and I used to watch them obviously when they came for Davis Cup. So I think when I turned pro, I kind of had my own way to navigate through the tour and create new goals for myself, and just to see how things were. But over time, later on in the years, I did end up interacting with Wayne and Kevin a few times. But besides that, there's not really so much pressure or expectation to get to that point that they were playing at in Zimbabwe.
Takanyi says climbing to the top has been hard work, and he also gives credit to his parents.
My parents have an enormous impact on my career. I mean, introducing me to the game. Obviously, my father, my mom has always been around to support whenever she could, but even to this day, still, my parents really play a major role in my career, of course, even on the financial waves, up and downs, and emotional as well, and just in general support. They've always encouraged me to just kind of figure things out as I'm going along, and just give me good parameters to work with, and not so much stress from them. And with that I'm really grateful, different things I've experienced with the game, and thanks to them, and they still allowed that to happen for me.
Well, Takanyino's time is not on his side, but is far from admitting he has reached his full potential. He speaks about the potential and where he is going.
In terms of my career, I don't really think I've reached my full potential yet. Of course, there are things that I still have to learn. I mean, all athletes, but for me, I think it's still a process of figuring things out. People have different paths, different ways to get to the top of the mountain, if I can put it that way. So it's still puzzles that I'm still putting together on different aspects of the career. So I'm still looking forward to a lot more years, that are coming up. So excited about that.
The Zimbabwean tennis star Takanyi feels that tennis has not been given the support that it deserves in the country. He believes that more can be done to realize more stars in the country.
The problem that sports people do face in Zimbabwe, individual sports, is families, a big budget that you need, because professional sport is expensive, and then tennis in itself, golf, I'm sure, and maybe swimming. Not that I can go into details about that. But those are the problems that we do face. There's not really so much support from the most influential people in the country, because I don't think it's seen as benefit in a large scale, like in a business world, as maybe they should kind of look at it. So it puts a big strain on family budgets and commitments for the individual sports. But my parents themselves have been pretty supportive.
Now with the Olympics postponed, Takanyi feels that Zimbabwe hopes must continue soldiering on.
I think it's great for the Zimbabwean nation to compete in the Olympics. It's an experience I have not got to live yet, and I think for all those people who were supposed to participate in the Olympics this year, I think I'm sorry about that they've been postponed, but keep your preparations up to standard, and good luck next year. The whole of the country, hopefully we can get as many medals as we can, and that'll be great.
Now on the Olympic update, a satirical mock-up depicting the Tokyo Olympics logo as the new coronavirus has been pulled after Olympic organizers branded it insensitive and said it infringed copyright. The design combines the distinctive spiky image of the coronavirus cell with the blue and white Tokyo 2020 logo, and appeared on the front page of an in-house magazine published by the foreign correspondent S-Club of Japan. The Tokyo 2020 Olympics have been postponed until next year because of the coronavirus, which has killed hundreds of thousands of people and halted sport worldwide. Moving on, the head of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, has warned that the Tokyo Games would have to be scrapped if the coronavirus pandemic made it impossible for them to take place next year. The IOC chief told the BBC on Thursday he agreed with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who said last month that holding the Games would be difficult unless the pandemic was contained before they are due to begin on 23 July next year. It was great having you on Sports Daily, a show you can count on to give you the latest and exclusives in the world of sport. Join us again tomorrow as we give you more sport. I'm Shaminta Sweka.